Hello, hello, Serena Curran here. And as I said in my announcement earlier, I'm going to talk about money and why raising your vibe is not enough to receive more. And, how the way that I approach this is that, just by oftentimes when people speak about raising their vibe, they just mean like raising your feeling levels and so on. And really, it being able to bring in more money is about aligning with your soul, and that's a holistic process. And that's what I want to talk about today. But before I do, I just want to check and make sure that I can see um, if I can see your comments. So I have to just look here quickly and make sure that it is set on public. Let me see here. Sorry that we have to go through all this, but that's um, what we have to do. And I'm not seeing how to do this here. Hmm. Ah, la la. Just give me 1 second, please. Be patient while I figure this out. Maybe it's going through here. Um, and looking, here we are. And I think that I can do it here. I can make this public. Yay, it's public, so everyone can see it. Sorry for all of the confusion. So let's get back to our topic. And if you're here, please do make a comment or send me an emoji. And if you're, and hopefully I can see your comments. Remember that you need to um, do the StreamYard thing. And yeah, I see someone there, but I don't see the comments. So anyway, I'm happy you're here. And if you're watching the replay, do hashtag replay. So as I said, I know that I see all the time um, on Facebook, right, on social media, all these comments about how to make more money, because it's something we're all interested in doing and having for a number of reasons. One of being that it's a way we support ourselves and our businesses and are able to have more impact in the world. But I even saw a thing the other day that said manifest 10K in one day. And that's just dishonest. That's not something that's really going to happen. And if you've seen something that you wonder about, please do put it in the comments. I'd love to have a dialogue back and forth about that or ask your questions. So, in my mind, being able to receive more money is a holistic experience, meaning there's many facets to it. And in my own understandings of receiving more money, I've come to realize that there's like 5 really important elements. It's just like growing a plant. When you're going to grow a plant, you have to have the right soil. Hi, Kathy. You have to have the right soil, and you have to put the right nutrients in and the right seeds, and then the plant can grow. And so there's many elements that go into that. So when someone implies that just by raising your vibration, by being more joyful, that this will result in a flow of money, they're misunderstanding that it's more complicated than that. There's more aspects to it. There's more elements to it. There's more nutrients that need to go into the soil. It's certainly part of it, but it's not the whole story. And so there needs to be a more holistic approach to it. And it includes things like, people will get on mindset and go mindset. And that, again, won't get you where you want to go. It'll be a piece of what you're aiming for, but it's not the whole picture. So, things like the stories you tell yourself, your ability to manage your emotions as you go through the day and many things happen to you, how much you can stabilize your energy, whether you're open to receive. That's a huge one. Let's focus on that one a little bit, because opening to receive, now think about this. If someone gives you a compliment, how open are you to receiving it? If someone offers to help you, how open are you to receiving it? You see, because this is all connected to your ability to receive money as well. If you're not open to receive a compliment, or you're not open to receive a gift or someone holding the door for you, or all these small things, then you need to start looking at those are ways that you can open your receptivity. Of course, you can do that also by imagining yourself opening your receptive channels as well, but also just in the physical actions, because physical actions are really powerful creators. So just in the physical actions of opening your receptivity more. And I want there's a really big belief that's been held in our whole society, and is still talked about to this day, and that is giving is better than receiving. And that always, that's a sort of puzzling statement, because really giving and receiving are a circle. There can be no receiving without giving. There can be no giving without receiving. And so giving and receiving are equally as important, equally as valuable, equally as I don't know what the word is I want to use here. Well, equally as valuable, equally just as right, just as good. Receiving is in some ways might be better than giving in a way, because we allow other people to give when we receive. But it is a circle. We can't have one without the other. So when people get into this idea that they should always just give, and never receive, they have now blocked off their flow of receiving, right? And that includes their blocking off their flow of money. So there's another area where you can start to look at, like, how comfortable am I with receiving? Do I believe deep within me that giving is better than receiving? And of course, in the work that I do, I know well, this is true of everyone, but basically that aligning with your soul is the way that you open the flow of money, right? Because when you align because there's like a flow of energy that comes down through you, that's source energy coming through you, and money comes from source. So when you align with your soul, you actually put yourself into the place of receiving money, but then you have to be open to receive, right? So again, those multifaceted ideas, and you have to be, and part of receiving is feeling that you're worthy to receive, right? So this is why this one piece of, like, let's look at just your feelings or let's look at your mindset isn't really going to get you there, because there's a lot because again, I'm going to say it's a holistic process. I wrote a post yesterday just about reading in the Akashic Records and how that can help you to align with your soul, and the kinds of results that people get because they align with their soul. So aligning with your soul is really your goal. Being open to receive is really your goal. And having an image about who you are, or thinking about yourself, or identifying yourself as someone who's worthy to receive. Those are just a couple of the facets that are there. And let me just talk about one other that is something that's often really ignored, and I really think it's very important. And that is, you need to feel safe, right? And so many people feel unsafe because we have so much fear being thrown at us, and there is so much chaos and there's so much change, and that can be fearful for people. And so it's very important to be able to come within, come into your own heart, to be able to create safety for yourself, to be able to feel your connection with your environment, to know that you're safe. Because when you make decisions out of fear, those are always going to be bad decisions, because you're not being able to see all the opportunities. You're grabbing at what's right there in front of you. There's just a number of things that fear supports that doesn't support you in receiving more money, right? So one of the primary things that people skip is making sure that they're safe and that they're not in a place of fear, which is the same as a place of lack, right? Looking at what isn't there instead of what's there, and being really grateful for what's there. And my goodness, that's so easy. You just go outside and look at the beauty of the earth and all of the flowers and the plants and the trees, and what we've been gifted with as our environment to live in is just right there is a huge abundance that we have available to us all the time. Or the birds singing. I get a lot of birds singing around me here, and I love it. So I guess my message really for today was that um, don't get on the narrow view of thinking that just by managing your feelings or raising your vibration by just, you know, this thing that is really terrible because a lot of manifesting people kind of teach you to sort of ignore your feelings and to go on to some other feeling, like just substitute joy for I'm feeling miserable, when it's very important actually to process those feelings and allow them to flow so that they actually leave your field. Otherwise, they're still creating. So I feel like I've been all over the place with this, but let me try to recap for you that I have discovered that there's several elements that are necessary really for you to manifest or to open the flow of money. And one of the first ones is to create safety for yourself. Uh, yes, you need to process your emotions and remember what it would feel like to have the money that you like and make choices based on that to create that feeling for yourself. It's important to look at the stories you're telling yourself, like giving is giving better than receiving. Am I worthy to receive? Do I actually receive? Do I allow people to do things for me when they offer? Do I just say thank you when someone gives me a compliment, or I just say, oh, do I deflect it in some way? So looking at receiving, and looking at and aligning with your soul and really learning to communicate with your soul and to know how to make the choices on the actions to take forward for you. So I'm going to close on that. I'm just going to say that if you're interested in getting some assistance with that, just DM me. I have lots of different ways I can help you to align with your soul and to open the flow of money. And I wish you a beautiful day. Thanks for being here. And share it with your friends, by the way.